Hello.
Howdy.
What's going on?
Oh, just going over some notes and finally getting a chance to settle down. What's going on over there?
Oh, not a whole lot. Hold on. I'm drinking LaCroix now.
Wow. Wow. That was
There.
That was obscenely terrible. I'm not supposed to know that.
I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't bad, was it?
It was
It was pretty interesting.
yeah. It's not quite what it sounds like in the commercials, weirdly. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
not
I'm shocked by that.
It wasn't smooth, and it didn't make me represent like, ooh, that sounds interesting. I want to buy that.
You were more like, what kind of disease does that person have?
yeah. I don't know. Also, like, does this person not know how to drink from a can? What's going on? I don't know. On that subject, I've been getting some really bizarre, like, YouTube ads recently. I don't really know what's happening in my life, but like, I don't know what I've accidentally clicked on the internet to get these, but like, they're like these. There's all kinds of different random things, right? But the ads are all kind of similar in that it appears that the product is like some sort of like, I don't know, like they're trying to sell you like it's a lifestyle brand, right? Like if you're this X person, this is the thing for you, right? And it's all like these things. And like, I don't know, some of them are just so bizarre and weird that I'm like, even if it is cool, I'm like, I don't want to be associated with anybody like that. Like, I don't even know what's happening. So like, even if your product is kind of neat, I'm like, oh, I'm mildly interested. I keep watching and I go, no, these people look ridiculous. Why would I want to do that? I don't understand. I don't.
Okay. I understand that.
Kind of hurts me a little bit. So it's very confusing. I don't know what I've accidentally clicked upon to receive this. But
What kind of lifestyle are they trying to?
oh, they're always like people like action mountain bikers. Like, what is this? And it's for something like a wallet. You're like, why are you mountain biking for a wallet commercial? I don't understand. Or like somebody like doing like trail running, but it's like a belt commercial. You're like, but that doesn't. I don't. What? Like,
No, I get where Brandon's coming from, because there's sometimes like I'll look up something and then I'll be on YouTube or some other social media, and a little ad icon will pop up and it'll be something similar to what I looked up, and it is very frustrating. But as analytic as I am, just trying to look through, it's like, no, I want to turn all of my notifications and ad stuff off, and then it just starts sending me random things or random ads and commercials through videos, and you try to skip them and they just keep coming.
It's true. And there's another very strange thing where some of the ads you can like click on the Google thing or whatever, and you can say, no, I don't want to see this anymore. Right? Because I don't like it, or it gives you a list. There's a checklist.
Yeah.
Already bought it, not interested, don't want it. That is not available on all ads. It's only some of them.
Isn't that? I don't like that at all.
I don't know if there's a tiered system where like if you are paying X amount for advertisement, it's like you can't make it go away. I don't know if it's like some sort of premium ad tier or something. I don't know, but it's a very weird, because I've noticed it. Because there's one thing, like, I am completely not interested in this. It's like, I don't even, it's like a vacuum cleaner or some garbage. I don't know. And it was like, you couldn't, that thing wasn't there. It's like, what? How does it, why not? Why is the other, like, silly thing have it, but not this one? And I was very confused and did not understand why that was.
On Facebook, I've had to go through, because it'll be like post, ad, or sponsor, post, sponsor, post, ad. And I got to the point where if you do it, I think this is how Facebook algorithm works. But if you just complain enough, like, and you hit, report ad, and I haven't gone through and seen any ads on like Facebook or things like that. But I know there are some options on, or lack of options on YouTube, where like if I click on a video and then look, sure enough, an ad for TurboTax, like, cool, thanks, and it gives me the skip ad button, and then look, there's another commercial. Ad.
Well, yeah, but that's a different thing. YouTube started running double ads with everything. I'm not talking about the skip button. There's a thing that you can like make it go away, and I have to do it sometimes on mobile because there's an option where it's ad blocking content. Like you're trying to read a news article, and the ad is so big that it won't fit in the little prescribed ad hole that they leave there, right? They leave a little void, like just an insert thing here, and it doesn't fit. And so there's like half a paragraph covered up with some really bizarre, like medicine, cold, I don't know, thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's a button on there that you can and the little thing that you can report is blocks content. But again, it is not a universal option that is available, and it's very perplexing.
There is also there's the skip button on YouTube, but if you click on, of course it's not going to do it, but where the little thing that says like video timer, you can click on the little eye icon.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes it could be like you can skip, or something will be like, why this ad, or ad preferences. Well, no matter what I change, like there's still the same stupid ads. Like there's something about for like
just tells you about the region you're in and the time of day and the other people that watch this video. Like, this is a target audience for this ad. Like, yeah, but the last one I could make it go away, like, because I didn't want to see that particular ad anymore. Just because either it's on all the time and I'm sick of it, I'm not gonna buy that thing. I don't care about your trail running, whatever. But again, like, and sometimes it's there, but sometimes it's that thing that you're saying. It's like, oh, you're seeing this ad because of your region and watching habits and time of day. Like,
people in my region are dumb. I don't care about any 60-year-old health insurance that I'll be needing anytime soon. True. So they can go away.
It's very odd. No,
anytime I see the ads on Facebook, I always mark them as offensive.
Oh, is you doing?
Like, I just say it.
Gummy bears. No, get out. No.
Every time I see an ad, I say offensive. And then I run, come at me, bros, or people listening. I run a lot of ad blockers on both my laptop and my phone because I just don't want to see it. And you'd be surprised how much faster the internet loads without all of those tracking pixels and all that crap out there. And so, the websites scream at you like, "We've noticed you're running an ad blocker. Please disable so you can see all of our ads and not our content." I'm like, "Nah, I'm good." And then I X out and I go find it somewhere else.
Well, this is kind of the conundrum of this is a secondary conversation, right? Make better ads. That's all I'm asking for. Make your ads not terrible.
Yeah.
But like, that's kind of the problem. Right? I mean, they're yelling at you because they're like, you're not paying to do any of this. We have to have ads. And I get it. It makes sense. But like, ad people, make your ads not terrible. Get some new ad tropes or something. I don't know.
They race to the bottom, and now they have to have so many on there because each ad placement is only worth 1/10 of a penny, and so they're forced to cram as many on there and have them flash and change. I was trying to do something today. I was trying to create a doodle poll. How many of you have you guys created a doodle poll?
I don't even know.
What is a doodle poll?
Yeah, I was gonna say those words don't mean anything to me. I know the word doodle.
Okay.
And I've heard the word poll before.
Yes, but not in conjunction.
So doodle is a service on the internet where it's a way to schedule meetings. So you go in and you select a myriad of date and times, and then you take that and you send it to people and you say which one works for you. And so, and it's a way of quickly scheduling meetings.
Tell my boss about that, please.
And then,
just tell me when you want me to be there.
And then all you do is, as the organizer, you log on and you see which dates everybody or the most people can be there, and then you schedule for that day instead of having to look, because scheduling a meeting with 14, 20 people is almost impossible to just manually go through and guess which day is open or not. So anyway, I was trying to do that today. The banner ads, there was the big top banner, and then there were side banners on both the left and right, and the content was just crammed in the middle of this really narrow band. And the ads were refreshing so frequently that I could not click on a date consistently because they'd go to refresh and the whole page would reload, and then they would move it. The banner would be half as wide because they only paid for half as wide a banner. So the calendar that I was click on would jump up 12 pixels, and then the next time it reloaded, jump down, and then move left, right. The target I was trying to click on was literally moving around the screen, and I was trying to predict/guess where it was going to end up so I could select the next date. It was so
very odd,
bad.
That's how. This. So looking at Twitter is kind of the same thing, where there'll be like, it'll say half a post, or those kind of clickbait icons, and then it'll take you to like a different website, and then you can't find what you clicked on because it's just so filled with ads.
Oh, that's true. Or the trick that I've noticed is they do it over like multiple pages, where there's instead of scrolling down past ads, they have a next button where you actually click it, so it counts as a no-click new ad thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that you wanted to read is on like the first page, but when you click the thing, it takes you to like page 3 randomly. And you're like, but now I have to go click back to. No, I just gave up. I don't care.
Yeah,
like it's a really weird. Like, why would you put me in the middle of this? I don't understand why you would do that.
Yeah,
see, I've blocked a lot of like fake accounts like that on Twitter, that some like spam account, and so if I look at my block list just on Twitter alone, because it's like that, it's either like a fake account that's like promoting something, or it's taking you to like a fake website, or something that just makes you click on just for spam. And I just go through and I'm like, block, hide, mute on a lot of those, because I just like, man, I just want to know the story, but you're just making fake things and I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to know about what this person's favorite food item was when they were 12. I'm done with that.
And it's not that again, like you said, it's not that ads are bad. It's that these ads are insufferable.
Yeah. Well, there's not that. It's a lot of it. They're not made well, and they're not implemented well, right? Like, and I don't. There's some of them are just like, again, it's a mystery how some of them show up, because I have, I don't know why I have ads for like women's shoes. Like, what is that? Get out. I don't know what this want on here. Stop it. So like, just random stuff. It's just like, they paid to be on this page for today. Go away. Whatever. But yeah, if they were just made better, they were like useful, because again, my biggest gripe is just like, the thing that you're presenting to me, the type of person that you are showing in the ad using your product, is not a person I want to associate myself with. So,
well, you just need to let them track you better, so they can get a better idea of who you are, so they can provide more better targeted ads. It's fine. It's either they're providing you a better service.
I might have changed my demographic to being where it talks about your personal information on like Google. I may be listed as a 55-year-old man, So I kind of
Well,
get why I get some of those older insurance things, but I'm like,
that,
I just
that
don't
solves the mystery
care.
there.
Yeah, that's actually no longer a mystery.
But it's just like, man, I don't like. You don't need to know, and it states like boldly, it's like we don't sell your information to other sites. I'm like, are you sure you don't? Because it
We
feels
don't.
like you do.
But our third-party contractor totally does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, yeah, if you go look into the ad profile on Facebook or Google, it's really scary what they have you pegged as. I think when we were living in Texas, it picked up on that we lived away from family. That was one of the categories of people
really?
that they had that lives away from close relatives. And like that's creepy. That one was really creepy. When you're like, what? Like, how did they figure that out? Anyway.
I wonder what what on earth they do with the stuff they collect on me from my work computer. Because it's all over the place. It's the weirdest stuff, like daily, just like the stuff that we're talking about in class or whatever. Just like today I Googled basically there was a weird combination of isobar maps and air pressure related things and ancient Egypt and like I'll
just yeah,
literally
right.
all over the place. Like what?
We have to guess.
There was a little bit about what do we do in reading today? Something about like main idea or no theme. That's what we're doing. Theme stuff. Like what? Just blah, blah, blah. And all kinds of weird things that tie into that. Like yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's I understand that people have to make money and ads are a great way to do it. Nothing against ads. It's just make better ads and don't be so creepy about it.
Yeah. Also, yeah. Okay. On the topic of making better ads, I was watching television yesterday, and it was for it was one of those like the remote control that you talk at, and it tells you to do things. It changes your television by talking at it.
Yeah.
They were talking about it, and they talked at the remote, and then they like put the weather on the screen. It was basically we're gonna have to stay inside and watch television today, right? But they talked at it and it showed the weather and it showed like the temperature and then like very clearly the extra rainy symbol, right? Like downpour symbol, where it's just a cloud with the rain coming out of it. Cut back to the reverse shot of them on a couch with the window behind them, which is like completely sunny and nothing happened. And I was like, come on. You couldn't even try a little. You couldn't have somebody spray a hose at the window? What is that? Stop. Didn't even try.
No, come on. You can't. You're so demanding. Why? Why are you so demanding?
Yes, I am very demanding. In this particular context.
I do like how they're already starting to release Super Bowl commercials way before the Super Bowl. Like I think they started airing Super Bowl commercials or like the pre-commercials to the real commercials for the Super Bowl.
That's really weird to me that Super Bowls have to have a trailer. Can we just? That's odd. But
yeah, they're coming more big and elaborate because that's like the main. I was reading some statistic that it talks about like the main viewing at one point in time is during the Super Bowl, and that's why all these crazy outlandish commercials have like a 3-part play essentially.
Yeah, and the price tag is ridiculous.
Yeah. And so there was a commercial about an ad on YouTube that it was one of those things where it's just like when I pull up on my phone, it's like, oh look, sure enough, there's Budweiser 2020 Super Bowl commercial, and it's an ad, and I can't get rid of it. And it's a minute long, and when you click on the thing, it says save to watch later. save to playlist, share, or why this ad. I'm like, I don't. So you have to watch the whole thing.
Playlist.
You have to watch the whole thing until it goes away, and then when you click on it again, it pops back up. I'm like, I've already seen this.
I want to know who has a playlist of just commercials that they watch.
I
don't think you want to know.
Now, I do. I will admit, I have watched them. We did. In my reading intervention class thing, we were talking about author's purpose, and we did make a commercial because we're talking about persuasion, right? So we made a really cheesy like infomercial. That's one of the projects that we do. It's so great. So we did watch them in class. We had to do some research. So we did like the, OxyClean and the your Flex tape or whatever. So we
So let me just run this down through you real quick. This is YouTube app on my phone. Just pulled it up. There's a Budweiser commercial. Scroll down. Worst Monday Night Football, 2007. There's a Rooster Teeth. There's a Noob's Guide to a Video Game. There's a Binging with Babish cooking thing. And then earn your degree at home. Over 85 degree programs with 435 plus specializations for a Walden University ad. Just like, it's not a video. It's just a thing you click on YouTube. And so I go to the three dots. Boop, and it says, why this ad? Stop seeing this ad. Control your Google ads. Click stop seeing this ad. We'll try not to show this ad again. Click OK. What's wrong with this ad?
Repetitive. Try not to.
Wow, this is very in-depth. Let me see.
Inappropriate or irrelevant. I will click inappropriate because meh. And whoops, it's gone. And it says thanks for your feedback. And I'm sure enough, if I keep scrolling down, rando. Oh look, the first real peace plan ad. Like the Daily Wire. That's not a video. It's a hey. This is what, and I'm pretty sure this is also a push for, what is it? YouTube Plus, not YouTube Plus. What is it called? There's a different YouTube that premium, you can get.
Yeah, they've changed the name 3 times.
And so where there's no ads at all, and
yeah, they really stopped pushing that quite so hard though.
Well, but here's the thing, because like, the more ads they push on regular YouTube tries to make people go onto YouTube, YouTube Prime, and so you have to pay more.
So that's true. Maybe I should say they've stopped blatantly pushing it so much. Because for a while there, it was like there was like YouTube ads about the specialty YouTube service, and I was like, this is a little odd, but yeah. So they're not blatantly pushing it. I do see what you're saying. They are subtly hinting that you should do it, but yes.
In the moment you said that sentence, I have removed 3 different ads just scrolling down on Facebook on YouTube.
So I think the question here is: would you be willing to use these same services, but in a paid version, so that you didn't get ads? Like Facebook, but pay it $20 a month.
Well,
Brand, this doesn't apply to you. Okay.
Yeah, I know, because I don't use that service anyway. So
Google. Imagine if you could use the Google search engine. Now this would go the antithesis of everything that they do. But if they offered a search engine that was $30 a month for 0 ads, or YouTube,
don't give them ideas. Don't do that.
Saying, I don't know. I mean, I would really like, Facebook. So we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It'd be great to pay them $3 a month, $4 a month for each of those to not have to see ads at all.
Now, I know that specifically with the YouTube thing, on the homepage,
the YouTube thing
on the homepage, whatever, I don't care. In the video, it's kind of the content creator is responsible for saying how many ads are in those videos.
Yes.
So most of the things that I watch, it's not really that bad. There's some there at the beginning. Whatever. That's fine. Sometimes they're at the end, but I don't always make it to the end anyway, so it's fine too. There are a few that I watch, like people every once in a while, that theirs are ridiculous. There's like 4 ad breaks. You're like, dude, come on. This is a 20-minute video. What do you stop? But that is not necessarily on YouTube. YouTube just gave the option for that to happen. The person was like, yes, this. So, I don't know. I don't really. It doesn't bother me that much. It's just annoying sometimes because, like, I don't mind that they are there. Because, for one thing, the people making the videos, the ad revenue from them is very minuscule anyway. You know? So I understand, like, if you are a person who does that, like, you need that to support you. And that's fine. I don't care. But make your ads not trash. Ad people.
So I think we need to restart this video, and just every time I remove an ad or a sponsor, I need to be ringing a bell, because this whole time we've been talking, I am literally going through Instagram, and it's post sponsored. Hangovers in Japan? I don't know what that is. Post. Oh nope, wrong way. Post. Halliburton sponsor.
That what?
And see, I don't know. I'm just
That's still around.
But yeah, we just need to start
Dick
this
Cheney?
over again, and
What are you
just
doing?
me just like ringing a bell constantly, because this whole entire time I've just been vindictive. I'm like, I don't want to see this.
Sure. Now I
garbage
do
on my
do
stuff.
that on my work computer because, like, I put stuff on the projector, like project from my computer for stuff, and sometimes you're like, what? No, we're not looking at that. Get out of here. Like weird beer ad. That's not what we need right now in the middle of a 6th grade classroom. Go away. So,
Yeah.
because the but not usually. Also on that computer, you can when you zoom in, right? Some of that stuff just gets pushed off the screen, so you don't see it anyway.
Great. Make it
Just-
look so terrible that
No, when you control plus, it
yeah.
makes the text bigger, so it elongates the format, so you just have to scroll down, but it pushes all that stuff off the side. Plus, they can see it better anyway that way, so it's fine. You don't have to go just a little bit, and it shoves it away.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sorry. Now I'm just on a rampage hunt to remove all the
created a monster.
sponsorships.
Gotta change
No,
topics
this
here.
is
Aaron's
what I
going crazy.
This is
I
this is what happens, unfortunately. Like, I'm looking for a video to watch or a specific video, and it's just like, oh, hey, here's something that's totally unrelated that you might have talked about like 2 months ago. And I'm like, I don't know. That's not what I want. Like, go away. And so I'm just closing. I'm just gonna put my phone down. And done.
Good strategy.
Okay. So what are the ads going to look like on the Oh Brother podcast when we get approached by I don't know who would get approached by at this point.
I think after this episode, literally no one.
No, they would say, no, we agree with you. We need to make better ads. Oh brother, make better ads.
There we go.
I'm pretty sure they made a South Park episode of fake ads, or what was it with fake? Oh, it was like fake clickbait or clickbait ads. I think there was like literally a whole season about this.
I don't know. I've only successfully made 2 very cheesy infomercials style ads. So I'm not sure I'm the best. Yeah, well, we made last year our project we did for our class was again persuasion. We made part of the project was the kids had to design a thing to sell. Right. So they had to make a thing, or at least come up with the idea of the thing to sell. So last year we had the pencil holder 5000, obviously, and we took a water bottle and cut the top off and rubber banded it to the side post of the desk, basically just a way to hold your pencils. And it was like one of those are you tired of your pencils falling off your desk? And then there was like a really cheesy shot of the pencil just like rolling away from someone's hand, like no, and like falling on the floor.
Oh gosh.
And then they had to convince people why they should buy it. They had to like all the pros and all the good things that you need about it. This year we did it was something called slide socks, because slide sandal things are very in fashion in the 6th grade. And so it was a product designed to keep them on your feet better, so you can be fashionable without falling down. So there's a shot of one of the girls in my class like tripping over the stairs and her shoe or like sandal like going flying through the air, like like it's so
Oh my gosh.
and another girl like just sort of falling over in the hallway. And then we do the product intro, and then we do the thing where they like you see the person do it successfully, like right up the stairs like all the way, and it's like, yeah, I did it. Like
Right. That's amazing.
so it's really fun.
I love that.
It's really good. I like it. It's a fun project, but it's really so. Again, I'm not the best because I'm guilty of contributing to the terrible ad marketplace, but mine's in the name of education. Yeah. We do get the market research part's the best when we watch like the Snuggie commercials and like the just like the really bizarre things, and they're like,
yes. Maybe that should be one of our next challenges, is to buy one of those like outlandish info stuff like that.
Oh,
yeah, it's not seen on TV, and then like we test them.
Try to
like.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't hate this plan.
I'm going to be honest. I really hate this plan.
No, you just get them really cheaply, and then we'll be like, all right, what'd you get and why? It's like, all right, now how'd you use it, and does it work?
Yes, okay. I'm in.
Because it's really funny to go like to Big Lots or something, and they just have like a bin or like a wall of like all those things like that.
They have it at Walmart too. There's a spot there. Well, there used to be. I haven't seen it in a while, but there was a section, an as seen on TV section, all that stuff. It's sort of over there in the corner.
I think to make we're going to actually have to use it though, right? Like whatever we buy, we're going to have. It's not just a okay. So future challenge: buy something quote unquote as seen on TV. Okay.
Yeah, because you got to use it. Because that's the test. Does it live up to the hype? Was it as useful to you as they said it was?
So you have to
answer no.
You also have to give us a brief summary of the infomercial.
Oh, true.
And diagnose it, and then you have to explain, why you picked it and how you used it and did it work.
Yes.
Oh my. This is hilarious. And the reason I brought this up is because this was like a week ago or two. I actually watched a video, and it was like top 10 info stuff that like actually work, and like the announcer was like, I gotta be honest, I was not expecting this to work, but it did. And I'm like, oh, that'd be so cool.
Okay.
I like it. It's really great.
Explain the infomercial.
I have to
use it.
Start watching some more infomercials. I have to start being awake later at night so I can get some research done.
Oh, this is going to mess up my search history so bad.
That's true. I don't want to buy it online, though. That's the problem.
Private browser. Private browser.
Now my ads are going to be so bad. Yeah, incognito browser, this stuff right there. Don't save it.
We got a live one.
Here, I will send you... Oh, of course enough, an ad.
That's true.
I'll actually send you
this is why
one of the videos that I watched.
Other email address, right? The extra one where these stuff goes. That's where you buy this one under that one right there.
And then I go.
You have your throwaway email address. Yeah,
I do. The one I've had ever since I was like 12. The very first email address I ever had. It's still active, and I still use it. And it's
really
like when you go to a store. Well, when you go to a store and they're like, "Hey, we need your email for this thing," I give them that one. I don't want it. I don't want your stuff. And then they send it there, and then I just cancel it later. But like, I don't want that junk in my like Gmail or the one I use all the time. So it's relegated for extra things. Consequently, my hobby is not. I don't do like Aaron where I go through and delete ads. I just go through and just delete emails from that thing, and there's like thousands there. I just never go. They never go away. They're built up over years. And I just delete forever.
What?
And you go back years in that email with just random stuff like, oh, here's this X store, or here's this random thing that you unsubscribed to a long time ago. It's still hanging out in your inbox because you didn't bother to read it because you don't care. But you had to give somebody email, so
What? You don't like delete?
What?
You don't like? Wait. So you're saying you don't like delete? You just have them sitting in the deleted folder, and there they shall be forevermore.
I don't even open this email. Like this email is strictly for that. So like I hardly look at it.
Oh.
And then so later I go through and just like delete en masse. Like I'll just sit there for like 20 minutes just deleting emails.
Okay.
Because there's literally thousands of them. Because I look at it like never. Because if nothing important gets sent there anymore.
Yeah.
Everything is migrated over to another email address. Yeah. So pro tip, have backup email address. That's my pro tip.
Sure.
I will admit I am kind of very in the same thing because I still have my OSU email that I had when I was a student, but the only things I ever signed up for was like for Amazon Prime, and then all the other stuff that's like, try make a new account for this, and it's like I'll just use this one, and then I'll use this one.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's just a filler one. But every time I'm requested to put like my like phone number down for one of those spam things, I always give them my work number. And scam artists don't really like calling someone that when they answer Department of Human Services Child Welfare, and they're like, like, yes, you made a mistake.
That's evil.
It's only a little money.
True.
It's fine. They deserve it. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't put phone number down unless they're like it's usually not mandatory, so I don't bother with that. It's like, I don't want you calling me. I don't want to talk on the phone. Get out of here. What's this?
It is really funny to go like shopping with Dad or especially Uncle Gary when like the poor high school kid.
Terrifying.
Just wait, the poor high school kid that's working his first retail job, and they say, "Oh, sir, can we please have an email address?" And they're like, well, "Why?" I'm like, Dad, just this kid doesn't know better. Like, why do they need my email address? I'm like, Dad, they're just trying to sign you up stuff. It's fine. But it was really funny. I was with Uncle Gary somewhere, and they asked him for an email address, and he just went on this little rant of, I don't understand why they gotta ask for an email address. Like, well, because they need it in their system. It's like this poor teenager was on the verge of tears almost, and I'm like, no, it's okay, just walk this way.
Oh my goodness. Well,
whatever.
Yeah. You guys watching anything cool these days?
Watching?
Yeah.
No, not really. I did watch over Christmas. I watched the season 3 of that. What's it called? The Marvelous Miss Maisel or whatever.
Miss Mabel
On Amazon. It's a show about this female comedian in the 1960s. Right, she's from New York, and it's about like her trying to make it as a comedian. And the story is like okay, and the acting's pretty good. Her dad is played by Tony Shalhoub, which is hilarious. And so the acting is really good. I don't know, the character's fine. And the acting is pretty good, but the like set dressing and the costumes and stuff are so good because it's like a period, like 1960. like New York. And then she goes on a tour with this guy. So they're in like Miami a little bit and like Las Vegas. And just like the production and the costuming stuff is really good. I like that. That was pretty good. And then, of course, the only other show that I'm watching currently is The Curse of Oak Island.
Yes. Now, are you watching that
Love that show.
As a contemporary in real time, or are you watching
real time? It's real time. New season right now.
New seasons. Okay.
Middle of it right now. Holy cow! That show. I don't know if you know about the show, but like, it's just bizarre enough to where you're like, wait, what? Wait, hold on. I gotta watch again. I don't know if you know about this story, but like it was like 1790 or something. They found this hole on this island. The Oak Island is an island off the coast of Nova Scotia. And these three people like found a hole there. And they're like, oh, that's weird. Let's dig down. So they dug this like way like 90 feet down in this hole. And they found a stone that had some writing on it. And they moved it. And like a little while later, it started flooding. And so, they got to get out. But it's like this big like open pit that somebody had dug. And they, basically they think something is down there that somebody hid in some sort of extraordinarily elaborate tunnel / booby trap system.
Well, mostly because
no one knows what. Well, I mean, there's lots of really outlandish theories about what on earth is down there.
Perfectly explainable.
And sometimes you're like, oh, it's probably nothing. And then like they drill a hole 190 feet down, and they come up, and the core has wood in it. And you go, wait, that shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Why? And it's like sawn or like chopped, like axe. There's like axe marks in the wood. And you go, why is that 180 feet below the ground? Like, what is that? Or like they were metal detecting on this beach, and they found this thing, like this piece of like it's under the water line basically, and they're like, oh yeah, it's a piece of lead, and it might be from 1600. You go, what?
Yeah.
Or like possibly older. Like this could be as old as like the year like 1200. You go, oh, excuse you? It's what?
What? Yeah. How? Why? Yeah.
So it's so bizarre and just so strangely intriguing that I'm like, no, I have to keep watching this show. Like, I don't even care. I think it's so.
Yeah, I mean, it's really satisfying in the like, what on earth kind of thing, because it all makes just enough sense for you to go,
be plausible.
Yeah, I totally see that. But then you back out and you go, but no way, really?
Yeah.
Like, no way. And then they find something like that, or those weird coins, or pieces of metal that they're like,
really weird old Spanish coin just down underground.
This only came from a continent and a half away, and you're going,
yeah.
What?
The lead thing, they did the spectral analysis, and it definitely came from like Central Europe. You're like, what? Or there's another thing. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, there's like a big swamp thing there that they, that's just there on the island. It looks really weird. It's very strange. And they had a swamp biologist person come out and look at it. And he was doing soil samples and studying the depth and what was under there. And he goes, yeah, this is not very old. This is only like 200 years old, because under this is like marine debris. And they were like, what? He was like, yeah, it's only like X number of years old. I don't remember the exact number. And he's like, it could be man-made. And they were like, wait, what? What? So that's a really weird thing to just like happen. And like, yeah, and there was like, oh yeah, here's a iron spike that we found in the water. It's probably from like 1600. Like, No one should have been here in 1600. What is that doing?
Yeah. That's a good show. I like that show.
Good. I like the show. That's all we're watching.
Okay.
Except for the perpetual obsession with professional wrestling that we have to watch all the time. That's what, but that's different. So
yeah, that's not anyway, move along. Aaron, what are you watching?
Legitimately show or legitimate show. I watched the Witcher, and I actually got a chance to finally watch the Mandalorian. But most of the times, if I have stuff to work on, I literally just put on like whatever show is on Hulu and just start working. But a show that I was actually captivated for the first time in a long time since Game of Thrones, where I was like, oh, I gotta be excited for the next episode, was definitely The Witcher. Reading the books and then actually, and playing the games and actually just watching it on the screen. Plus, I'm a huge fan of Henry Cavill, just regardless.
There you go.
That show, I finished it in like 2 days because I was like, I have to sleep, but it's so good. But there's only 8 episodes, but they're just so good.
Not bad.
Yeah. But yeah, they're fascinating. They're intriguing. Playing the games, you know what's gonna happen, but it's still just like clutching your pillow in anticipation, excitement kind of thing. Like, oh, but is he gonna make it out of this? Like, I know he is, but still, like, whoa.
You don't know.
So without spoiling it, what's the premise of The Witcher?
Henry Cavill is awesome. Oh,
Okay.
So it's based off of Polish lore, like folklore.
You need to tell Collin what a Witcher is.
No, I'm getting there. Getting there. And so
let me start with the beginning. W is a
over
letter.
time. It kind of manifested of the lore and kind of urban legends, and it was just kind of put together of that
folk tales.
Folk tales. What did I say?
Urban legends.
Urban legends of Polish mythology, whatever. A Witcher is a person that was taken when they were younger and pretty much transformed into a monster hunter. And they go around doing, they're specialists in killing monsters, but they don't have like any emotions or feelings or things like that.
Okay.
And this one pretty much covers the story of a Witcher named Geralt. And there is adventures and going around killing monsters, and there's a whole dynamic with fantasy and some Polish history in the mix, a little bit, not much, but in a whole different world. Oh, excuse me.
Exceptionally high fantasy, like
yes,
very
okay.
And so it's very neat, and a lot of people who liked Game of Thrones like The Witcher, and so it's a very easy thing. But a lot of people are now comparing it that it's better than, especially the later season of Game of Thrones. But I just like seeing a video game adaptation into a series form. You don't see it that often, and so just kind of a big nerd out watching it. That is.
Where in the story of Geralt does this take place?
So it likes to jump.
Okay.
So it'll.
I was
start
curious about where in the timeline this was supposed to be.
So
because also, even though Collin, he's allegedly emotionally deprived, right? He is involved in an extraordinarily expensive love triangle. It's very obvious.
It is very
okay.
It's a problem. These things don't necessarily compute one another, but
yes. if you read the books, it is much easier in the video game.
Well, if you played the second video game, it makes a lot more sense. But
true, and so it kind of covers that, but it definitely does the introductions, and it goes in how Geralt meets Cirilla. But there's a lot of jumping back and forth. Like it definitely introduces Yennefer and Triss. And then even though Dandelion's character in the series is not named Dandelion.
It's Dandelion.
It's Dandelion.
I was very confused the first time I saw that. I saw that meme or whatever. And he was saying his name. I was like, that's not how you spell dandelion.
Yeah, it's actually it's surprisingly funny. Like there are some funny moments in it, but there's also like drama and action and romance. And it's got it all. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. It's got it all. It's a great show.
I don't know. So is this
1,000 out of 1,000?
I don't know. So it's got to be if Triss is there.
But
it's got to be post Witcher 2.
But it also has some elements of it like the first book. I mean, it pretty much introduces The Witcher.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much not page by page, but it's pretty much because in the books it's not like one big long story. It's a bunch of like little miniature stories that are still somehow connected.
Yeah, because there's the thing with the stuff with the genie, right? So that's whole thing.
That's actually in this series in the TV show. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Briefly, but it kind of introduces the dynamic between Yennefer and Geralt.
Okay.
And so that's in there, and that kind of starts it. I think it's like middle of the season, kind of, because it shows like Yennefer's introduction and backstory, and then introducing Geralt and the Dandelion-esque character, and introducing to like what's going on else in the world, and it's I just like the way they did it, and again another a video game adaptation, because you don't get to see that a lot, and just really cool.
Yeah, interesting.
But it's also praised for its action. There's the choreography is very intricate and unique.
Yeah,
and it actually depicts the Witcher quote unquote fighting style that's in the video games. Although with me, I'm just kind of panicking and dodging out of the way the entire time. But it actually, it's a legitimate like, oh wow, that's cool, because I'm just like, fire! I don't know what I'm doing. Don't kill me.
True.
Kind of tactic that I have, but he makes it look like a lot better. Like
I never used the magic in the games very much.
I tried.
Face signs. I use them when you had to. You need the fire, you need Igni, right? And you need the protect one sometimes.
Yeah.
That's all I ever use.
I use those, but then I panicked a lot because I was like, oh, there's a monster up here, and it's like, oh, it's level 30 and I'm level 15. Oh no. Roach, run faster, please.
True.
And Roach is in the series. Geralt has a horse.
Roach is the horse. Yeah.
Yes. That is super awesome.
Does he hang monster heads off the saddle?
He does.
Prize? Oh, that's fun.
I mean, like he has them strewn across the back.
Well, that's what you do in the game. You hang off the side, and you get your stat bonuses from the griffin head that you have hanging on your thing.
And anyway, so it talks about how he gets the the butcher of whatever the town is.
Oh yeah.
Like it goes that story, and it's neat.
Yeah.
It was one of the first shows that I actually would sit down and binge watch, because I'm just like, but what's the next episode bring?
I was interested. I was curious because, like, Collin, since you
Hi, I'm here. Yep, still here.
The thing with The Witcher is he is supposed to be like, his job is purely to be an expert on monsters and their slaying, right?
Okay.
So a lot of times in the game, what happens is someone will hire you and they'll say there is a monster.
Yeah.
And so then there's like these things that are sort of like mini investigations. You have to figure out like what monster, what the heck is it, all this stuff. And then you have to apply your knowledge of, okay, this certain monster requires a certain method of disposal, right? There is not a all monsters are slain in the same manner situation.
I see.
Right? Like this monster requires this to dispatch it. This monster requires this. In the third game, it goes like off the walls. Like sometimes you have to do like spells, and like you have to do like certain little ritual things to go with it. So it's very like, it's a lot slower paced and more deliberate than it sounds when you're like, oh, killing monsters. Like, no, it's very like slow, deliberate. Like I have to use like this particular oil on my sword because it will kill this monster faster, and I have to know this spell, and I have to do this thing. It's very like, nah. So
I see.
that's why, yes. I was curious how the show handled that because that's not necessarily good television.
It speeds up the process a smidge, but it's still very like, oh, I have this monster. I need these potions, and I need this herb, and them going out to get it.
You have to like meditate, and you do the stuff, and
do you remember in? Oh, I don't know if it ever talked about any of the games, but there's the Gigamora, where it's the.
I've heard that name before.
The king's daughter that's actually like a monster.
Yeah. Okay.
And so it talks about that. It goes through that story, and because they're like. Or because Geralt gets mad and he's like, I thought you said it's this. And it's like, well, I thought it was. It's like, no, it's not this. It's this instead. I have to do things differently now. And so that part's really cool of how, like he is a specialist. He has a degree in monster hunting and fighting. And so he's a specialist professional.
Yeah, because in the third game, at least, there's sometimes an option to just like stab it. But there's the other option of like, the more like thorough, in-depth, like witchering way of like dispelling or curing a curse or something like that.
And it's also very
like that crazy mission with the spoons, right? That monster that like thing lives in the tree that has the spoons everywhere.
Yeah,
remember that one?
Or do you remember the Red Baron mission?
Yeah,
that one was messed up.
That game makes me cry. I can't even.
But it's also like a good story element because even though he's there to like. Kill a monster, but it's very much like, no, please. He's like, they're actually our friends, and he's like, So it's the way that Henry Cavill portrays Geralt is very like, he's good at killing things, but he's actually got like kind of a soft spot for things. He's like, fine, just go away, kind of stuff. Again, I like it. I could. It was definitely one I can rewatch numerous times.
Sweet.
Nice.
I've been meaning to watch that Carnival Row show on Amazon Prime. I just can't I keep forgetting that it exists because it looks kind of cool. I kind of like the idea of that, but I just can't remember to do it.
What's that
distracted. It's like some sort of like. It seems like some sort of 19th century London, but there's like magic-y things there. So it's like there's like trolls and fairies and stuff happening, and I don't know exactly, but it's kind of like Orlando Bloom's in it. There's Legolas is there, I think, and doing stuff. I don't know. This kind of looks cool. The settings looked really interesting, so I don't really know what it's about per se. I haven't watched it, but it looks interesting. So maybe if I get around to that, I will get back with you on that one.
Good to know.
So Collin, that leaves you. Yeah.
I have been going back. I started at the beginning of the Life Below Zero show. That was on the Discovery Channel.
Yes,
or something.
Maybe.
I've been watching it. I've been watching that, and so I edit at night and sit and watch that in the background, and it is extremely fascinating and extremely terrifying. And I sit there and I go, yes, that would be awesome. I think that'd be lots of fun. As I curl up on the couch and I go, oh, it's 71. I need to make it warmer. It's 72 in here. Yeah. As I go, yes, harvest the fat behind the moose eye. Yes, it's delicious.
Oh my God.
And I go, oh, I'm kind of hungry right now. I need to go get another LaCroix. Oh, this is and the guy's out there like boiling a moose hoof so he can just eat the gelatin, and he's like, this guy's dinner was gelatin made from boiling a moose hoof and fat he pulled from behind the eye in the skull. And that was his dinner. And I was like,
suddenly much less hungry
I know.
37 seconds ago.
I'm like, oh my gosh, that's pretty cool. That's what I've been aspiring to. And I actually think I think I'm only on season 4, And I think the 11th season just wrapped up, and I don't think it's going to be renewed. So.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah. But you mentioned adaptations into a movie from a video game, and how you can kind of tell that there are certain aspects of it of like, oh, this is this part of the game. I watched the Netflix TV series Castlevania.
Oh, really?
Okay.
And I didn't know it was based on a video game.
You said which Belmont is it?
Trevor.
What?
Yeah, Trevor Belmont.
All right.
I don't know. Anyway, the
Not-
first two
not
seasons.
Simon.
Well, I think that was his dad. Anyway, they adapt Castlevania 3 and follow Trevor. Anyway, so
Okay.
whatever. And there's definitely a scene of like, you are in the marketplace. Go talk to villagers to gather more information. And it was like, he ran in. He was like, oh, I don't know what's going on around here. So he went and talked to this butcher. And then he was like, thanks. And then he ran down the street and talked to this person and got more information. And I was like, okay, definitely. This really feels like a video game. And then I Googled it. And I was like, this was a video game.
Here we go. I don't think I played three. I played one of them. Does he have a whip? That's a really important question I have to answer.
Yes, he does.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, he
Canonically sound.
sticks true to that.
Here we go. I didn't know that was a thing. That's funny.
So
I played one Castlevania game. Well, I have played the Nintendo, like the NES one, like the first one. It's like impossibly hard. And then I played one at some point in college because my friend bought it and we had it around and we played it some. But I don't know what that one could have been.
Well,
yeah, I don't remember.
oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, I definitely never played any of those. I watched people play them, and I was like, "Oh, this looks stupid." And then
The first
like,
one is hard. That first one is hard mode NES craziness. Oh my gosh.
and then but watching people more, the kind of the cult following that it established, I was like, "Oh, this is actually very interesting."
Yeah.
But it was definitely one of those games that whenever I did try to play it, I was just like, "Wait a second, this game's bullcrap," and I just stopped playing.
It's hard.
Because it was kind of like one of those games where it's like the ghouls and ghosts. That's also equally hard.
Man, yeah. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Just about all original Nintendo games were impossible, right? Like,
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, I just know there's a whole genre. But like what Colin was saying was, move games into adaptations. There hasn't really been much success, like with World of Warcraft. Ooh, that domestically did meh.
I think series is the way to go. With
Yeah,
Not-
right?
not
because there's
movie.
so much.
Yeah,
And
it's hard to tell a giant story in 2 hours.
Final Fantasy, anyone?
No, thank you. Yeah, don't want to. No.
Well, technically, there was a Final Fantasy movie.
Yeah, but
I
it
know.
wasn't.
That's
of
what
the
we're talking
games.
about.
It was just like, well, there was. I don't know what the other one was.
That
But
little
yeah,
the CGI version.
yeah, but there's another one too. The Spirits Within one is what you're talking about. But that's just
Yeah.
Final Fantasy in name only. Because that's the other thing with Final Fantasy. It's just the name that keeps
Yeah.
the stuff changes. But like, if you were gonna make a game or a movie out of like Final Fantasy 8, that would be impossible. That requires like so many seasons of television.
So this is a complete side note, but I was sitting at work the other day, and for some reason, I don't know why, I didn't have my headphones in. I was just sitting there typing away, but the Chocobo theme song popped in my head.
Really?
And I was like, and I stopped, and I was like, what just happened? And so I was like frantically looking at it. I was like, oh, it's a Chocobo theme song. But you said Final Fantasy, and I was like,
I do not
No
like
way.
Chocobo. Controversial statement. Chocobo annoy me.
You don't like Chocobo racing in
No.
Final Fantasy VII?
Because trying to get that stinking gold Chocobo is just about the worst thing of all. Breeding all the Chocobo in Final Fantasy VII so you can get the Knights of the Round and basically just one-shot Sephiroth and be like, "Psh, bye, see you later." That is impossible. Oh, it's so awful. I gave up. I just fought him. I was like, I don't care. I'm just going to fight him. Here we go.
Yeah.
It took me forever. Like
having all the
hours.
stables. Oh,
Collin, make the Chocobo theme song the intro to the song or to the podcast.
No copyright strikes, please.
Less than 30 seconds, and it'll be playing, and then over the top of it, it'll be me going, "No copyright intended. No copyright intended. No copyright intended."
But yeah, I had a terrible flashback to whenever I would try to mimic what Brandon played. It's like, I could totally play Final Fantasy VII, and then again be like, this game's hard, this is bullcrap. Because I wasn't good at quote-unquote strategy. But
in case you were wondering, I can spell Chocobo, but not theme song. Thanks, Google.
You're welcome.
All the Chocobo and the breeding and the not. No, I don't have time for that. I just want to you gotta race them, and you gotta. Oh, I got the B Chocobo. Oh no, no.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, that you would race them to get a certain. Yeah, a graded Chocobo.
You had to get the grade up so that when you bred them, you would have a good one. So you had to get like the best.
Yeah,
because they were all the colors correspond to different abilities. But you wanted the gold one that could do everything, so that you could go get that stinking spell or whatever they called it, the materia from the thing, like the ultimate spell in the whole entire game. The final bosses of the Final Fantasy thing are the worst. Terrible.
It was the Dark Souls before Dark Souls.
Like, sure. Yeah, because they have so many phases. Like, here's the 87th phase. The lady that you find in 8, I don't know what her name was. The witch lady, whatever.
Yeah.
It was impossible. Like, oh, I finally got her. Next phase. No.
I didn't play much of 8. I played a lot more. I played 7, but I played a lot more of 9.
I like 9. I played all the way through 7, 8, 9, and then I was like, that's all bad. I started 10, but I just kind of
good at it.
Gave up. I didn't really.
I couldn't get past that stupid water game.
Oh, the Blitz Ball! I forgot about Blitz Ball.
Yep, couldn't do it.
Yeah. No, I don't remember. I played part of it and was like, meh, it's fine. I just didn't like it as well as the other ones for some reason. I really like 9 too. I don't know why. That game's weird, but
yeah, it was fun. Cute. I liked it.
Vivi, that's why. Dark Mage, that's what's up.
Dang, you can believe this or not. You can download an emulated version on your phone now.
Oh, I know. I have Final Fantasy 9 on my phone.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, really?
Yeah. What Final Fantasy now?
I've played it in a while. I'm not very far, but I played it.
How is the gameplay? How's the gameplay?
Because it's all turn-based stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not bad.
But I was moving around the map, though.
It's not bad.
Oh, do you remember Final Fantasy Tactics?
Yeah, the game's hard.
Yeah. I couldn't get past the first level.
I liked it, though. I liked the job system and all the specialization stuff. It was cool. But it was hard. It was hard mode. Because that's another game where if you're not ready for that, you're like, what? I don't understand what's happening. I'm so confused right now.
I think that was also when games kind of came out where there was no, like, adjust the level difficulty. But it was mostly like, you get it? No? Try something else.
Well, that's why people get mad at Dark Souls. They're like, oh, man, it should have an easy mode. Like, no. Like,
no.
Don't play it. And that's it. You don't have to play that. It's fine.
I think
that sometimes because, gosh, the game's hard. But, like, yeah, I don't know.
I think the great philosopher Aristotle once said, "Get good, son."
True, I think he did.
I'm paraphrasing, but still.
The problem with the difficulty settings a lot is they don't like the way that they have to scale them. It's not necessarily always. It doesn't feel like it's just the fairest thing in the world because it's just like, oh, all we're gonna do is reduce your damage and increase the hit points of the thing. Like, wait, that's not really. That's not really. We're gonna increase your damage taken and decrease your like damage output, and then just up the stats of everybody else. So it's kind of like a weird, like, is that really the best balance for that? I don't know. Like,
Maybe not.
Sometimes it seems a little fishy.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It's just a little weird. There you go.
You guys got anything going on the rest of the week this weekend?
No. I think the school talent show is soon.
Do you have any students?
Yeah.
Talent show?
Yeah, a couple. So
nice.
Go that. And then that's it. I think.
Whoa. Sorry. What the world?
I have a few investigations that I have to travel a distance, but Shelby's coming up this weekend to see family, and so we're actually going to go to the Woolarock History Museum, and learn history about Frank Phillips and Oklahoma stuff. So that's all I got planned.
Sweet.
Right.
Here we go.
Collin. I did.
You did what?
No, go ahead, Doc.
Oh, no, we're not doing anything interesting. Staying home. Next week, I'm going to the Missouri Natural Resource Conference for a couple days, and that's it. Thankfully, maybe. We'll see. So yeah, conference stuff. Getting more. Oh, I don't think, did I tell you guys? I maybe told you they put us in a box as far as job and position goes.
Oh no. Maybe.
Oh, so it was. They were trying to decide if we were going to go statewide and stay under natural resource management, or statewide and go under the science. They have moved us into science. So we all get scientist put at the end of our title now.
Hey, there you go.
Streams scientist. However, because we were being pushed into a structure that did not change very much, we're being compressed job position wise and pushed really low. So if you look at the org chart, technically myself and my coworker are at the same level as part-time technicians.
Oh.
So, that's not really good. And my boss's boss was a unit chief. She's now being supervised by somebody who is a pay grade lower than she is. So her pay grade was lowered by twice. So she dropped 2 levels.
Oh my goodness.
Her current pay does not change. They didn't dock her, but effectively, let's just say she's getting paid, $50,000. I don't know what she gets paid, but $50,000 in a pay scale that's maximum pay for that scale is 40. So she can never get another raise ever. Period. As long as she's in that position, which is awful.
Yes.
So that's also, so I don't know what that has done to the rest of us as far as that goes. So there'll be it's not a priority right now, but there will be another job study probably in a year
naturally.
to reassess what everybody's getting paid, what their scale and range should be for that position. Because we are technically a brand new position in a brand new organization, so they've got to make sure everything is appropriate, understandable. So that'll be what's coming down the road. So that was not fun, but yeah. So we have a box, but we don't know anything about job duties or anything like that. So I still don't know what I'm going to do. And as a matter of fact, here in 2.5 weeks, we are meeting with our new boss to tell her what it is that we do.
Oh, so they don't even know.
No.
That's
Cool.
useful.
Yeah, and the other part about this is fun. Get ready for this.
Ready.
The science has a bunch of divisions or whatever. The new aquatics science chief has had her entire 30-degree background in terrestrial ecology. The new terrestrial ecology chief's previous 30-year background was in aquatic ecology.
I think they can just go switch offices.
The stated purpose of this was to make them more well-rounded and better suited for higher level positions down the road. So I'm going to have to so step 1, teach your new boss, teach your new supervisor what you're currently doing and how you can fit in with their objectives. Second part of that is educate a terrestrial biologist
on what a stream is.
So this gonna be fun, especially whenever you consider that so we're the stream unit. The entire reason we exist, the only reason we have existed for the past 30 years, 25 years, is to provide technical support and assistance to fisheries management biologists and other people in the agency. That's the only reason we're here. We provide technical advice, data support needs, help them figure stuff out for watersheds and streams. Because a fisheries management biologist gets an undergraduate degree, gets a master's degree, gets out, and all they want to do is measure fish and stock fish and manage a fish population because they're a fisheries management biologist. They're not
hopefully drop fish from an airplane at some point.
You know what? Yeah,
that's what they do. I
know. They watch those videos and they go, "That's what I want to do." Why?
Yeah.
And then the things. And so whenever you start asking, okay, work on a watershed, they go, "What? How? What's my end goal? Why can't I just go measure fish? How do fish fit in this?" And we're like, actually, if you focus on everything but the fish, you'll have better fish.
That's true.
And that's true. And and on some level they get that, but it's very frustrating to them because they want to be doing fish work. So the stream unit was developed to be technical support to them, to give guidance, educate, give manage their data needs, do GIS, work out new systems and methodologies and tactics for them. We're getting ripped out from that, being ripped away from that and being put over in science. Science does not provide technical support or advice to anybody. They do their research and then they go, "Hey, biologists, look, P's less than 0.05.
What's that?"
The biologists go, "Yeah, okay, cool. So what do I do with that?" And they're like, "You're welcome." And then they run away.
Yeah.
And so, and there's more involvement in that generally, but that's the perception of a lot of people. And so we are going to have to basically convince people of, like, when they say, "What's your job?" They say, "We provide technical assistance to both management biologists as well as landowners of Missouri as to the mechanics and functions of streams and watersheds." And they're going to go, "We don't do that here." And we're going to go, "We know, but we need to."
Yeah, but it's what we do. It's a thing. You fill out those things. Oh, we did that at school a couple years ago when they were kind of reorganizing the just like the pay scale and like making sure it was on track or whatever. They had that thing where they were sort of cataloging the jobs, and we had to fill out this big thing about what is your job exactly.
Yeah.
For when I was a para, right? Like, what is it that you do? So it was all the hourly people because the Missouri hourly wage thing went all wonky. So we had to like follow more of a strict hourly like employee situation, right? And to get the rates right for your yearly pay or whatever, you had to do this big thing about what is it that you do? What are your duties and all your stuff? And if you have an extra duty, what is that? What does that entail? What does that look like? You have to like write all this stuff out for them. It's very annoying. I don't like it. But it sounds like that. You have to do that. Also, listeners, please take the time and Google fish restocking airplane.
Yes.
You'll thank me later.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's it's beautiful to watch, and you go, people actually they did do that, didn't they? Wow. How so people still do that every now and then for really remote lakes or
Utah. They do it all the time.
Utah. So it's they also used to parachute beaver into
that
remote
is a good
areas.
video too.
Yeah.
If you want to see
You've
a
never
hilarious video, watch the night. It's like from the 50s.
Of a very
Airdropping
shocked and
beavers.
surprised beaver.
Yes. A very shocked and surprised beaver with one of those like very chipper 1950s announcers doing the voiceovers. Oh man, so good.
What did I find?
Yeah, you're welcome. Aaron's also on. Apparently.
No,
It's pretty
BBC.
awesome.
That's not what I wanted.
It's
There we
pretty
go.
awesome.
Late 50s, early 60s, gold right there.
Conservation at its finest.
And it's something.
My gosh.
Oh yeah, no, it's amazing. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff we've got to figure out, and exactly how, what, where, when, why, how,
And how again?
and how. Mostly the how.
And what?
And the
I
what.
guess.
There's some what. It's the what that I'm going. I don't know, because they're like, oh, don't worry,
Make
your
it
job.
aware.
Your job duty is not going to change. And I'm looking at this, I'm going, my job duty is going to have to change. Like, I don't know how it's not, but okay.
Yeah, that's true. That's
like when I don't know in what world you think you're living in, but everyone's job is going to have to change. So that's pretty cool.
yeah, my boss doesn't know what a stream is now. My job's gonna change a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Well, it's kind of like in my position. You know, I'm a child welfare specialist, and you know, I deal with kids. But then we had someone come and talk to us that was like a foster person, and they're like, "So, what do you do?" I'm like, I don't know now. Wait, what do you do? And they're like, "Oh, I deal with foster parents." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Like I don't do that.
And so that's cool. I don't know what you want from me. And they're like, "Oh, okay. Well, I was just gonna staff with you." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, but you can't help me, sir. Please go away." I'm like, okay. All right, hold on. Those poor beavers.
Right? They're very shocked.
Literally just put him in a box, and that's so cute. But that guy is so confused. Okay. I can say I've seen beavers being literally kicked out of a plane from a 1950s, 60s video.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me happy.
Operation Dumbo Drop was not so far fetched after all, was it?
Mm-hmm.
There was precedent.
That is a great movie.
Putting all of these videos into the show notes.
Into your watch later with your
that's right.
with your Super Bowl pre-commercial commercial.
Take that, NSA. You parachuting beavers, and
I just typed in airdropping beavers, and that was the first thing that popped up.
Oh yeah.
yeah. No,
I mean, not a lot of wide variety of search results in that one, but
pretty amazing.
Is this what you meant?
Ah,
It is.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, YouTube.
What ad did you see for that video? Just curious.
For Grubhub, actually.
Oh, here
Which I did actually download that app one time, and then ever since I got rid of it, it's like, hey, you interested in Grubhub? I'm like, no, go away.
Doesn't work in my area. I live in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma. I have no use
there's
for
only
it.
3 restaurants that it goes for. Go away.
Oh, yeah, that's bad. I downloaded it and it asks me to update my location about once a month, and I update it, and it's like, we're not offered there. And I'm like, I know. That's why I didn't want to update my. Okay,
thanks, appreciate it.
Hoping someday, maybe.
I am. My ad was about Pop-Tarts fixed with pretzel commercial starring Jonathan Van Ness.
Excuse you? What?
The title of the commercial, it's sponsored by Pop-Tarts. It's Pop-Tarts fixed the pretzel commercial starring Jonathan Van Ness.
I'm confused. I hope that's okay. I don't know what that means. I thought you said mixed, and I was very distressed. I was like, ew, no.
No, don't worry.
Those are two things that need to remain separate at all costs.
Well, hey, Pop-Tarts, whenever Kellogg, whoever makes you, when you steal that, just know we're coming for you. We had that idea first.
Yeah. No one wants that idea. Gross.
Oh, like strawberry filling from a Pop-Tart inside of a pretzel.
No. God,
with the extruded plastic cheese.
Oh, God, stop.
I will advertise that on our podcast.
I don't like it.
Oh, gosh.
One or the other.
Well, yeah. Anyway, what? Well, we should probably. I think that hit rock bottom. Okay.
What's happening?
Okay.
I don't know.
I think we're gonna shut her down.
Sounds good.
Shut her down before it gets even better. Save some for next time.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.